Imagine you're in the Pacific Ocean. There's it lot. It's all ocean with a beautiful sky and pretty white fluffy clouds. But there's no land, just water, water, water. Well, this is what it would be like on the exoplanet located 47 light years away, gj1214b. It is all water with no land or islands of any kind, which is why some scientists have nicknamed this planet the water world, and it would stay like just water for miles and miles under its top surface of water until you finally hit its rock hard core covered in a thick layer of ice. But this ice is not normal ice. Not normal. It was not formed from cool temperature. Instead, it's called Ice 7, which is formed from extreme pressure. Because all of the water above its core has turned this layer of water from a liquid to a solid. Okay, so on your left is gj1214b, and on your right is this is to show you how deep the creature lives. This is its Ice 7 floor. This is when this is its atmosphere. This is shallow water. This is deeper water where it starts being hard to see the light. Now this is where there's very little light. This is where there's no light at all, and this is where there's also no light, but the pressure is so strong it can squeeze metal. To give some size comparison throughout the video, this is the average American standing at 5'10", and this is Robert Pershing standing at 8'11". Now, these are gj first, second, first, fourth bin bugs who eat the rotting, dying, floating bodies of gj first, second, first, fourth Goliath fish. But the gj first, second, first, fourth bugs get eaten by these, the gj first, second, first, fourth birds who are always flying but can swoop down and grab onto these bugs since the fish they're eating are floating on the surface. Now, the bugs all have two genders and reproduce sexually, and so does the bird. And then the birds are eaten by these creatures, the gj first, second, first, fourth bird eaters. There are 5 different types. This type, this type, this type, this type, and this type. And then they are eaten by both moth. They're both eaten by Mothomole, who have two genders, male and female, and reproduce sexually. They live in this section, but go to the surface to eat them. Sorry, they do not go to the surface to eat them. They stay there, since these also live in between these two sections, and then they're also eaten by the C's. The male C's live in that section, but the female C's live in this section. And the female C's wait until the male C's have killed a gj first, second, first, fourth bug eater, and then eaten the best parts of it and have it slowly float down lower and lower until it's at that point of the sea, so then they can eat it. Now, the females are the only creatures that live in this section of the ocean because of the high pressure. But no creatures live in this section because the pressure is just too high. The female C's will during mating season will go to this section of the ocean to reproduce. Now, but these creatures, both the male C's and the Mothomole, their feces is eaten by gj first, second, first, fourth Goliath fish. This is a female gj first, second, first, fourth Goliath fish, and then this is a male gj first, second, first, fourth Goliath fish. These creatures live in this section of the ocean and eat, as I said, male C's feces and Mammopoles feces. Now, there's nothing that eats them, so they can only die of old age, but once they do, and their bodies float to the surface permanently, float to the surface of the ocean permanently, so then the gj first, second, first, fourth bugs can eat their dead, rotting bodies. Hey, I just wanted to make a quick shout out to 32 because they're my inspiration for my whole speech about gj1214, like me talking about the ocean and everything. That was all their idea, so I just wanted to say thanks. Wasn't trying to rip you off, I just liked your speech.